Alright students, welcome to your Igneous Crystallization Lab, where we're going to actually try to model igneous rocks using salal. This is a type of chemical, it's more or less harmless, just don't eat it. Don't eat the chemical, please. Okay, so we're going to need for this lab a test tube and a test tube holder, a measuring spoon, some salal, of course, a pot of water, 3 metal plates. Now, I know it does say to use spoons in your handout. As I was doing this video, I discovered that these metal plates work a lot better than spoons. Okay, so we'll be using the plates, and one of them will be with ice. You put a metal plate on top of it, so this top plate is getting really nice and cold. Okay, we'll need plastic wrap and goggles. After all, we will be dealing with boiling stuff and molten chemical. I don't know about salal, but I don't think that getting in your eyes would be good. No. Okay, so Spiffy Lab goggles, good choice. So there are 2 kind of things we're going to have to do, more or less at the same time. We can have 2 people do that. So the first person will be taking in charge of the pot. Okay? What we're going to need to do is we're going to take 2 spoonfuls of salal and put it in our test tube. 1. Try not to get it everywhere. 2. Now, we're going to get our pot nice and hot so that the salal can melt in it. So then we basically stick this in the pot and melt the salal, which actually doesn't take much. Try not to get any water in the test tube itself, because that'll just mess everything up, okay? So the second person, what they're going to do, is going to be in charge of the plates, okay? So you're going to take the plastic wrap, and you're going to wrap the plate in it so it's nice and smooth. There we go. Nice layer on the bottom of the plate. You're going to do the same thing to the cold plate. Remember, you have a plate with ice, a second plate on top that's getting cooled down. So, plastic wrap on the plate above the ice. And making it so that the plastic is really nice and flat on the disc. There we go. Nice and flat. Okay, so now we get to melt the salal. Again, be careful. Hot water, steam. If you have never seen steam before, it hurts to get burned by it. So please be careful of this. So melt the salal. This might take a few minutes. Okay, once your cell is melted, you pour half of it into the plate at room temperature and half of it into the really cold plate. There we go. And you will let them solidify. Okay, now let them solidify. Note how the crystals are forming on the plates. Which one starts to form crystals first, how they grow, etc. All these are great information that you should be putting in your lab manual. And then, once the crystals have formed, it's time for the loop. So, we're going to take your loop and look closely at your crystals. See how they formed, how big they are, what they look like, etc. And compare the cold plate to the one at room temperature. Okay? And that is going to be your primary information for this lab. Remember, afterwards, you have to answer all the lab questions. Now, which one do you think is what type of igneous rock? Is it intrusive, extrusive? Which type of rock do you think it is, etc. Now, the neat thing about doing this on plates like this with the saran wrap is that once we're done, you can literally take the saran wrap off, because otherwise Salal sticks to everything like crazy. Oh, and then you can peel it off of the crystals off of the saran wrap and place them back in the jar for further use. So please do that so we can reuse our crystals. I don't have that much of this. Okay. And then bring all your stuff. You can dump the ice, but everything else you can bring back up to the front and return to me. Okay? So hope you enjoyed your lab. Good luck on answering your lab questions. That's it for this lab. See you next lab.